So welcome friends, I am Pritesh Patil and in this tutorial we are going to see data manipulation language. So these are the contents. So what is DML? So DML is the language used to perform operations on data. New data can be inserted into the table, unnecessary data can be deleted, or specific data can be modified. Data manipulation language, it consists of three commands, that is insert, delete and update. Right? So let us see the manipulation operations on the table. That insert. So the standard statement for inserting any record into the table is insert into and the table name followed by the values keyword. So insert into and values. These three are the predefined keywords, associated keywords, and followed by the values. Now, if the value is a character value, you should write it in single quotes, and if it is a numeric value, you should write it directly, right? So after writing this statement correctly, it will give you the message that one row created. And if your table instructor, if this instructor is having this instructor ID field as primary key, so primary key means it will have two constraints. First is uniqueness constraint and second is not null constraint. So if you still try to use the same value to be inserted once again for any other instructor, so it will violate the primary key constraint. So now let us see it practically. So these are the tables which we created in our previous tutorial on data definition language. And now I am writing this insert into command, insert into department, this department table which we created in our previous tutorial. And the fields of this table are department name, building number and budget. And here the primary key is department name. So now I am making the entry in this table as department name is character, so I am writing it in single quotes, and building number is numeric, is a number, so I am writing it directly, and budget is numeric, also again I am writing it directly. So let us see the effect of this statement. So the SQL statement is running. So one row inserted. So now this instrumentation department, which is located on building number 3 and having budget as 8,000, has been inserted. Now how to see it? So there is a simple select statement which we can fire to see how many records. So now this instrumentation with building number 3 and budget is 8,000. So this recently we have inserted this record. Now once again if we try to insert the same record, same department name, but on building number 4. So as I told you that this department name is a primary key, so we cannot insert duplicate values. So it should be unique. So if I still try to run this query, so it will give me the error message. So see, uniqueness constraint sys dot this violated means this department name which is there as a primary key, that constraint is violated. So this we have seen the violation of uh, the key constraint, integrity constraint, right? So now let us move ahead and now see how we can use the now let us see the insert statement which we will fire on insert into instructor. Now I'll tell you that how this integrity constraint, that is foreign key constraint, is violated. So means in my previous video I told you that this department name should have the value out of this department name of department, as this department name has been given a reference of this department name. So right, so let us see values, and I'm inserting the values as instructor ID 101 as it is numeric, and then name of the instructor, single quote I have to write, and then the department name. So I should write the department name which belongs to the department table only, and the salary, say 60,000, and then I'll execute this statement. So you'll get the message that one row inserted, one row created. Yeah, so one row inserted. So now again, if I'll try to insert another instructor with the same department, not same department, let me select biology. So this biology department is not there in department. So here you will see the message that the foreign key constraint, foreign key integrity constraint is violated. So see, integrity constraint violated, parent key not found. So what parent key is biology. So this biology not found. So if I modify this department table by including here biology as a department which is there on fourth building and budget is 8,000. So now if I execute this, so this one row is created in department, and now if I fire this, so then it will get inserted. So you see the statement is running, so one row inserted. Earlier what was happening, this biology department was not present in department. So let us move back to our presentation. So now next part is deleting certain records from the table. Now here the example is taken of the student relation, but we will see on the instructor as well as department. So remove all tuples from student relation. So the command for deleting records from the table is delete from. So delete and from, these two should be associated, right? This is compulsory, and directly the table name. So if you write the command like this, then it will delete all the records from the student. Likewise, update, both the operations we will see with the help of practical. So update operation is the next manipulation operation which we can perform on the data, that update instructor. So update and the table name and set. So update and set, these two are the associated keywords, as delete and from are associated. So likewise update and set, these two are the associated keywords. So update instructor set salary is equal to salary plus 5,000. So now what this command will do, it will update the salary of all instructor with salary, current salary plus 5,000. It will add 5,000 to the current salaries, right? So now if you don't want to perform the operation like this, that operation on all the records which are present in the table, then we can go with the conditional clause. So conditional clause, what it is? Where clause. So this where clause will allow you to write some predicate conditions on attributes and parameters as the values for the comparison, and followed by and or operation. So this and operation means if there are more than one predicate condition, and if you want to check both the conditions true, then you have to use and operation. And if you want any one condition should be true, so then you can go with the or operation. So delete from the table name where the predicate condition 1 on the attribute and predicate condition 2 on the attribute, like this, right? So similarly, if you want to update some specific records from the table, so then you can use where clause which is associated with update and set, and where again similar pattern, that predicate condition 1 on attribute and or you can use accordingly. So let us see it practically. So now as we have inserted some records into the table. So I am just seeing the contents from department table, so that we can try to fire some delete and update commands. So see, these are the contents for your quick reference. So now I am trying to write delete command. So delete from, if I say table name as department, so right now it will not allow me because the values are associated with instructor, right? So the value which is not associated, that we will delete department. So if I fire this command, so it will delete all the records from this department. But let us see along with where clause, where name is equal to, this is the predicate condition, and value is not associated. So let us fire this command, and then we can see that the record is deleted. So one row deleted. Now if you fire this command once again, so you will not find ENTC department because it is deleted. So see, from here the ENTC record has been deleted, the specific record, right? So similarly, if you want to increase the budget of instrumentation and biology department, so or simply biology department, you want to increase it by 1000. So I am writing the update command, update directly the table name, budget is equal to budget plus 1000. Now here, if you do not write this where clause, so it will update all the budgets, it will increase the budget of all the departments with 1000. But we want the specific department's budget should be increased, where department underscore name is equal to biology. And let us see the effect of this. Currently you are seeing the budget of biology department is 8000, but now it will become, after firing this command, it will become 9000. So one row updated. If you fire this command, select star from department, so you will find that the budget 9000, earlier it was 8000, now it has been updated to 9000, right? So this way these DML operations can work. So let us move back to our presentation. Now let me tell you about these data control operations, which are commit and rollback. This commit operation means whatever data manipulation operation like insert, update, delete, which we perform on the tables. If you fire this commit, so it means it will save these changes permanent. But instead of this, if you fire rollback, so it will perform the undo operations. But if the operation is committed, then you cannot perform rollback, right? So let me demonstrate it to you. Now here we have performed some data manipulation operation. So let me fire commit, and then we will see the effect of commit and rollback. So statement processed. So now all the changes has been made permanent. So now let me check once again which all are the entries in this department table, so that I can help you to understand the effect of commit and rollback. Now if suppose if I am inserting a new row in department table with department ENTC, and it is located in building number 3 and budget is 8,000. So if I run this command, so it will give me the message surely that one row inserted, right? And if I check the contents of this table, it will definitely show me. It will definitely show me this ENTC, right? Which I recently have inserted, right? But now instead of commit, if I fire rollback, so what it will do is it should perform the undo operation. Means this recent data manipulation operation will be undo. It will be rolled back. So let us see the effect. Statement processed. And again, if I try to see the contents, so you can see so basically in this GUI it is not affected, but this commit and rollback. Commit is for making the changes permanent and rollback is for making the changes undo, right? So let us move back to our presentation. So this is commit and rollback. Now finally I'll conclude that we have seen the DML has been discussed to perform various operations on data. We have seen insert, update, delete commands for manipulating data and demonstration of violation of integrity constraints, that primary and foreign keys, and conditional clause that we have seen with the case of update and delete, and control operations on data, that is commit and rollback, has been demonstrated, right? So thank you very much.